Hey everyone, and welcome back to my slightly scripted series on my YouTube channel where I make short commentary videos about what's going on online in the news and in my head. So without further ado, let's just get into it. This video is going to be about the internet's latest viral conservative bigot, Hannah Pearl Davis, or simply Pearl. Pearl went viral last month for her viral TikTok song about how Adolf Hitler was right and that conspiracy theories have legitimacy. The title of the song was "Why Can't We Talk About the Jews?"
Why can't we talk about them without getting kicked off of YouTube? Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I kinda wanna know why. Now, there's all these conspiracy theories, and the more they talk, I think maybe they're right.
Previously, she was known for touting anti-feminist and quote-unquote anti-woke beliefs, such as women shouldn't have the right to vote. She's been called a pick-me, or a woman who is desperate to be accepted by conservative men in power, so they'll do anything. They want to be seen as a not like other girls girl. And again, she believes that women are inferior to men and should go back in the kitchen. She eventually did delete the video, but that didn't stop people from reposting it and either hate watching it or supporting it. She ended up on various news outlets defending the video, saying that she was just trying to give an example of free speech, that no one should be kicked off of social media simply for, I guess, saying what they want to say.
Okay. So you do want to have that conversation?
I want anybody that wants to speak on social media to be able to speak about what they want to talk about.
Including Holocaust
without
denial.
Getting banned. Whatever they want to talk about.
Including Holocaust denial.
If they want to talk about that, as long as they're not inciting violence.
Even though, in the end, she did delete the video, so clearly she was embarrassed by it. She also tweeted 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks, and also deleted it. But despite this, she's amassed 1 million YouTube subscribers, a substantial TikTok following, and also has a long-form podcast called The Sit Down Show. She's been taken under the wing of the conservative alt-right and essentially has been handed a huge platform to spew anti-feminist and anti-progressive nonsense because, again, she's a pick-me token used by the right to prove to the center that the left is illogical and there's actually women out there who think feminism is bad. So boom, feminism debunked. Again, she's used to make the left look irrational and illogical and therefore move people who are undecided about where they stand politically to the right. And whether she knows she's being used or not, I don't think she really cares. The only thing she cares about, in my opinion, is becoming famous online by any means necessary. And you'd think that for the views she's touting, that she would be like an older person, as we tie conservative views to older people stereotypically. But no, she's in fact only 26 years old. So at 26 years old, she's now turned herself into a social pariah, a conspiracy theorist advocate, an anti-Semite, a transphobe, and an anti-feminist. Like, do you not see how you've totally, completely ruined your life? And this is why we can't continue to believe that, bigots will just die out and the next generation will take over, because young people can be just as bigoted as older people. They can be just as conservative, which is why we can't just sit around and wait for old people to die, especially since we have actual senior citizens running our government. And sometimes I wonder if Pearl is just like this fame-hungry monster that realized that she could become famous by just being the most shocking person online at the moment, and that she just has no moral character, and to her infamy doesn't matter as long as people are listening to her and filling her ego and her bank account. Or on the other hand, if she actually really does believe in these conspiracy theories and that, in her words, Hitler was right. And in the end, it doesn't matter if she's a grifter or a true bigot, because she's still selling her followers and non-followers the same garbage ideas, the same dangerous ideologies and conspiracy theories. Motivation doesn't matter in the end when you're doing the same thing as other hateful individuals. And in fact, sometimes grifters, in my opinion, are even worse because they're so sly about it. They can hide behind the argument that, oh, I'm just doing it for money, lol, I don't actually believe in what I'm saying. And it's like, okay, none of us could be the wiser on if they actually believe these things or not. Whereas true bigots, at least, are just upfront about it. But again, motivations at the end of the day don't matter when you're doing the same thing. I don't care if Pearl is a real fascist or not. She's still wrong and she's still dangerous. But for people like her, infamy doesn't matter. Choosing to be on the wrong side of history doesn't matter, because as long as she's getting her dopamine hits and people are paying her and listening to her, she'll do literally anything. Some people in this world have no scruples. I love the internet, but it really does sometimes bring out the worst in people. And I'm not saying that bigots and grifters didn't exist pre-internet, but rather that there's more of an incentive nowadays to be a horrible person or to just say shocking things for the point of being shocking in order to get money and ad revenue. It's so enticing, I guess, to some people to jump on this conservative bandwagon, again, because of ad revenue, because you have a wider audience, and that you can cast like a huge net, all over the world to bring in followers and fans, and therefore get donations and money, and again, fans, to fill your ego and make yourself feel important and legitimize, your own conspiracy theories. So I guess in the end, Pearl is a real bigot. And honestly, kind of an egomaniac. Otherwise, she would hopefully realize how she's literally, again, ruining her life at only 26 years old. I guess that just goes to show how strong, hate and bigotry really is. Sean said something in their latest video about fascism and the anti-trans bigots like Kellie-Jay Keen that really stuck out to me and that I'm going to share here. And that is that people who believe and tout conspiracy theories believe that they're speaking for a silent majority and always think they're winning. Because if no one supports them, it proves them right. And if a lot of people support them, it proves them right. In fact, the less people who come out and support, the better, because it shows them that there is a silent majority out there that are either too brainwashed to speak out or are too afraid to, and specifically who are brainwashed by the, quote-unquote Jewish media to see the truth. Because in the end, anti-progressive sentiment always boils down to the Jewish question, the Jewish conspiracy that they're controlling the world and are poisoning us with liberal ideology. So to end this video, I'll finish up with a sentiment Big Joel made in his Little Joel video series, and that is that we can't and shouldn't ignore Pearl or people like her.
I don't have anything clever to say here, but I am genuinely worried about this. I don't think our reaction can reasonably be to just ignore it. It seems like it's going to bite us in the ass in a big way. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be a problem.
What she's doing is dangerous and violent and shouldn't be ignored. We can't just turn the other cheek and hope that she and people like her will just fade into obscurity and go away. We need to actively block and stand up against her and people like her and not let her get away with spreading hate online and offline. Because there seems to be this awful growing trend that has been going on for a while now, where people just say whatever will make them go viral, and that happens to be horrible and shocking and counterfactual beliefs. And the more these people get rewarded, the more numerous that they'll become. And in the end, it won't matter what their motivations are, because they're doing the same thing at the end, and their goal is the same: to turn people against liberal politics, and specifically against Jewish and LGBTQ plus people. So that's it for this one. Block this person, but also report them. Try to do whatever you can, if you see their content pop up. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.